Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny. The show where we just make fun of things because it's funny, right? To do, I don't know. You know how it is. What was today like? Oh, I recorded a podcast. Well, That's All Kayfabe, the wrestling podcast. Recorded that with my buddy Gabe, so that'll be out Monday at 11 a.m. Unless you have the Patreon, you could just watch it now if you have my Patreon. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/. Lorenzo Ariola, you get the episodes a day early typically, and then all the other stuff you get early too, and then other bonuses, right? But that's already on Patreon if you have Patreon, so you can watch it there. If not, you can wait till Monday. It'll come out at 11. Um, I'm just here chilling, trying not to get into trouble or make trouble with people. Just trying to relax. Trying to play more video games, indie games, and you know, I won a couple parlays. I was really surprised. I'd done 3 parlays. I'm getting addicted to the basketball parlays. It gives me incentive to watch them, I guess, but, the higher and lower where you do higher scores or lower scores, and I wagered 3 different parlays, $20 each, and they paid out 60, and I won 2 of them. So I won, like, 120 bucks. I left 40 in there, and I withdrew 80, so now I have, like, I wouldn't say an extra 80 bucks. I just have 80 bucks now to buy groceries with and dog food and shit, you know? So I'm happy about that. And just here chilling, trying to get schoolwork done and, record other shit and stay sane. I don't know, whatever. And then all this stuff about The Rock and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. You'll hear about it in the wrestling podcast if you want to hear about it. You could check that out. What do you guys want to talk about? That's what I always talk about there. But let's check out the news because there's some interesting news here. Uh, prepare now. California's next storm may bring life-threatening flooding, and I don't know how bad it gets to flood in California, but they're saying it get as high as 5 inches in downtown Los Angeles, more than 7 in Pasadena, 9 in Ojai, and 6. I don't know that. I guess that's a lot. 6 inches of rain, or what did it say? 9 inches. That's a lot of inches, brother. Not nine's pretty big. That's like, because I've shipped boxes that are like 9 inches, and that is a lot of rain. I don't know if it's like, I guess that's life threatening. I guess so. I don't know. I feel like God hates California though, right? Because everything shitty seems to happen in California. But I don't know. I'm biased because I think God loves Texas. God bless Texas. Uh, yeah. The scars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Um, let's check out some news here. House to vote on standalone Israel aid bill, setting up showdown with Senate. And the only reason I saw this is because they're preparing to send $17.6 billion to reinforce Israel's military. And the previous iteration was 3.3 billion less. So they've already sent at least 14 billion, and they're sending another 17 billion. And I mean, I'm all for Israel, don't get me wrong. Um, but this is a lot of money they keep sending over there. Like for a war that literally, like, instead of sending money, why don't you just go and like tell them to stop? Like if you say you don't want to interfere, but you're sending money to both sides, and that's kind of like interfering. You know what I mean? Like if anything, that's worse. But I don't know. I don't know why. Like, oh, we won't get in the middle of it, but we'll send them a shit ton of money, even though like all of us are broke here. Like, I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I went to Dollar General today and like grabbed some dog food, and I spoiled myself and got myself some iced coffee, right? But I had a coupon, so meh, you know. But yeah, this is ridiculous. Billions of dollars, dude. I'm here like begging that fucking what's his name, Kevin Durant or whatever, or LeBron James scores over 23 points or 26 points so I could fucking win some money, some extra money. And it's not even money like to lavish with. It's just like extra to buy groceries and shit. But whatever. I'm always talking shit, but I don't know. I'm all for helping Israel, but in support with like love and stopping hate, not hey, let's send them all the money we fucking don't have. But whatever. Go Israel, right? Go team. Knife attack wounds 3 in Paris. Police rules out terrorism. Well, that's good. I'm glad it still happened, but I'm glad that it's not terrorism because otherwise it would be worse. It's still a knife attack, dude. And I bet you they're ruling out terrorism just to not like scare people because like over there in Paris and the UK and all that, I've been seeing like that they've been letting a lot of migrants in too. And the migrants there are like, I don't know if it's the way it's reported on Twitter or here or way, but they're like almost feral to where they like go and they fucking attack you with knives and shivs and fucking tomahawks and shit. And I don't know, like the police arrested the suspected attacker who showed signs of mental disorders. We found medicine on him, which suggests he was undergoing treatment. Sure, you found drugs on him. Okay, he's a druggie. I don't know, man. I feel bad because Paris doesn't deserve this. I don't think any place deserves attacks, but I like how they have to rule out terrorism, so people are like, okay, so we can keep. They're like, it's not terrorism, so we can keep letting migrants in, or we keep letting foreigners in, or whatever. So, thumbs up. Let me do a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yeah, great job. On some celebrity lighter news, Marilyn Manson completes community service sentence for blowing nose on videographer. Oh my god, that picture of Marilyn Manson looks scary as fuck. Oh my god. He looks like the kid from Chucky, the one with like no gender. That's gender fluid. So Marilyn Manson was sentenced to community service for blowing his nose on a videographer at a 2019 concert in New Hampshire, and he completed his time. That provides meeting space for Alcoholics Anonymous. The shock rocker 55 spent 20 hours at the Windsor Club of Gindale, a nonprofit that provides meeting locations for Alcoholics Anonymous. That's sweet. Manson, whose legal name is Brian Warner. Okay, I didn't know his name was Brian Warner. That's funny. Uh, I mean, that's sweet of him to by law help out Alcoholics Anonymous, I guess. Uh, but that picture is just staring into your fucking soul, dude. That's I don't know. That's good. At least he did his time and he's able to hopefully learn from this. Learn something new. The beautiful people, the beautiful the beautiful people, the beautiful Um anyways, on more celebrity musician news, and this is the last thing I have here, I think, right? 50 Cent blasts Mayor Adams plan to give prepaid credit cards to migrants. Maybe Trump is the answer. So rapper 50 Cent is no fan of Mayor Adams' plan to distribute 53 million to city migrants on prepaid credit cards, blasting the idea on Instagram post Saturday. So I like 50 Cent giving his 2 cents. You see what I did there? So he's only 48 cents. And then with inflation, ooh, and Biden economics. Um, the city program will offer asylum seekers at the Roosevelt Hotel with hard cash intended to help them pay for food, according to city records. The program will begin with 500 migrant families in short-term hotel stays. A family of four could receive nearly 1,000 a month. Uh, yeah, and 50 says no fan of Mayor Adams' plan to distribute the credit cards. So yeah, they're doing it for asylum seekers. I don't know. I just I don't know how to feel about this because yeah, of course, like I said, the American dream and all that. You know, you want to come to America, you want to be, I don't know, like get away from poverty or whatever your nation might be. You know, that's the whole idea of America, especially like in the movies and stuff like that. But the way like these migrants are, it's not like they're escaping anything. They're just coming here to like get free shit, or at least that's what how it's painted, you know. And then they're being used as like political pawns because let's say a city is like, "Oh yeah, we're cool with migrants, whatever." Like a city with a bunch of migrants will bus all these migrants to that city, and and then they'll say, "Oh, never mind, we don't want migrants here." You know, so like it's so weird the way like this and then the border and all that is being used as a political like weapon, you know, to people are being used as weapons to sway elections or mess with other people. You know, it's crazy the way the country's become where it's like these migrants are here, we're, you know, giving them credit cards to spend money, but that money's coming from the taxpayers, so it's going to fuck with us, the people who are paying taxes, but the government still gets their government checks and they don't nearly pay as much taxes as we do because they find ways to, you know, loophole the system or they call in their political favors or they make money different ways. So it's just fucked up. It does nothing but just mess with us, the working class. You know what I mean? Like that's all it does. And the rich keep getting richer. We keep struggling and getting more and more poor, or at least struggle harder to stay maintain the same, you know, lifestyle, whatever we may have and may be. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than you just gotta hustle, have a side hustle. Like that's why I don't care if I buy an item and then you know return the broken one or something, or fucking I don't know, like I double coupons and shit. Like, dude, any way you could cheese life and find the like little exploit, fucking run with it. You know, you have to. I always tell this story of like when uh I was a kid and we were at the store. I was at the store with my mom and I found $100 bill on the floor and I was like, "Hey mom, I found this $100 bill. Should I turn it in?" I was trying to be, you know, from the TV shows, you want to be a good person. You're like, "Should I turn it in?" So she's like, "Yeah, turn it in because you found it. Maybe they lost it." So I gave it to like a manager, and he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we were short $100. Okay, thanks, whatever." That's like the short story of it. And that was it. Like my mom and after that my mom was like, "Why didn't they should have at least given you a reward or uh given you like a toy or something, you know what I mean?" And I remember I was like as a kid I was like, "I don't care. I just gave it to them." And my mom was like, "Next time you keep the $100 if they're gonna be like that." And that always stuck with me. Like, you know what? Anytime I find money, I'm fucking keeping it. I ain't gonna fucking uh, it's mine now. You know, like, and then me, I'm the same way. If I lose money, it's like, oh well, I fucking lost it. Like, fuck, you know, fuck. But if I find money, I'm keeping it. I'm like, that this is God giving it to me, like, because I deserve it. It's a sick, twisted mind that my mom raised, and like I said, I hate my mom, but I'm a lot like her, and I try to do good with it, but I'm not a good person. I really am not. So we could end with that. We could end on that, and we'll play the outro song. Jamie. Anyways, I want to thank you for listening to That's All Funny or watching it if you're watching on YouTube or X or wherever you get it. That's All Funny podcast available anywhere. Podcasts are available. Just search That's All Funny. I have my other podcast with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe. We talk about wrestling. That's available anywhere. Just search That's All Kayfabe or check it out on the YouTube, youtube.com/@ Lorenzo Ariola, where we have the wrestling podcast, my daily podcast, Other videos, me playing indie games. I do a great show with Mint Salad called Tits and Areolas where we talk about movies, play a game that's live on Tuesdays. If you want to see archived episodes of that or other bonus stuff, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. $5 a month gets you everything. You get bonus episodes, archived episodes, early episodes, ad-free episodes, you know, a lot of stuff, and you help support the podcast. You get your name here in the credits, so I appreciate it. And if you want any merch, check out retrohorror.com where we have shirts, we have prints, we have stickers. Or if you want to commission some great art from a great artist, at Retro Horror Inc. on Instagram. He's the bread of graphic art. You can't be beat. He's the sharpshooter. But yeah, I want to thank my Patreon members. I want to thank your listeners for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow. See you later.